Uh, Coming into AP English class, I honestly thought that it was going to be really easy, just like all the classes I'd had before. I mean, I don't think I'd spent maybe more than an hour on any paper. I kind of read the books, but we had enough review that it didn't matter. And I mean, you just kind of skid by and still somehow got an A. So coming in, I figured, this was just going to be like every other class, but I might get a shot at some college credit. That turned out to not be the case. There was a lot of, I don't want to say confusion, but that's kind of what it was. It seemed to pretty much the whole class and the way that we were supposed to go about things, because ideas we'd never thought about were being pushed up to us. Like, for instance, in my class, we did something over Sharia law, which happens to be a religious law that's going on apparently all over the world. But we had to talk about it as if, it was coming to us, like as if it was a real possibility, and thinking about things in a manner and looking at not just the facts presented, but the facts that were hidden within what was going on, and with rhetorical analyses, and looking not just at what the person's saying, but the things they forgot to say, the way they said things, the fact that one word could change a sentence really seemed to confuse everyone. So my biggest piece of advice for anybody that wanted to take this class is be prepared to take things apart and be prepared to look at it differently. Because sometimes you won't find things under regular light, sometimes you're going to need it on a black light. Coming in, I would say everyone kind of like the first paper was horrible, and then like the second paper was a little bit better, and hopefully the third paper is a little better too. But I mean, everyone seemed to eventually, everyone got up to par with it. Everyone seems to be okay with the way the class goes. And I mean, yeah, everyone still kind of panics about our papers, but we're all pretty, like, we know that we're not dumb enough to fail the class, but we're not necessarily smart enough to know everything yet. Successes, I would say that for me, like just the fact that I can sit down, I can write a paper, and I can look at it and know that this is a really good paper. Like before I wrote it and I was like, yeah, I didn't do anything to this paper, but now I can look at it and think that, I really put some time and effort into it, and it feels good to know that. Ultimately gained in this course really is just a new perspective, like not just within the classroom, but outside of the classroom. I've begun to see things differently. I've begun to watching movies, see how certain things might relate to the outside world, and look at TV shows and things like that, maybe not just as a form of entertainment, but maybe as someone sending a message. And I think growing up that could help with current events and could help me gain information I might not have had before, just being able to look at things in that way. If you're coming into this class, make sure you have basic writing skills, and just come in with an open mind. I mean, if you come in with it open-minded and willing to look at anything in a way that you haven't looked at it before, then you should be fine in this class. The hardest part is dissecting things. Last words. Yeah. I think those were my last words.